yourselves calm and composed. Alright, so shall we start the discussion? Like what we have done in the last two sessions, we will solve a few questions from the quantitative abilities paper, right? And the questions that we have will be relevant to your Tier 2 examination. I don't mean to say that similar questions would be asked, but like we all know, the idea is to touch those basics again, as many as possible before we head for the examination. Okay, so on that note, let me quickly share my screen with all of you. I've got a few questions here. We'll try and solve as many questions as possible and close the session at 5:30 or 5:45 latest, right? So ready? Shall we start solving a few questions now? Yeah, I think Shilpi Roy has just confirmed that we can start. I would, like to invite others also to chat, right? Interact so that you can make the most out of this session, right? I know a lot of you are sitting there but not commenting anything, right? So keep interacting. That will help keep the energies up on both the sides, right? I'll be really glad to see a lot of comments coming in. All right, so let me share the screen now and present the questions to you. So here we go. The first question on your session in quantitative ability. This is part 3 basically. This is the third session and the last session for this SSC CGL Tier 2 refresher that we have. Okay, so the first question on your screens now. Look at this. This is based on ratios and proportions, I guess. It says a man divides his property such that his son's share to his wife's and wife's share to his daughter's are both in the ratio 3:1. If the daughter gets rupees 10,000 less than the son, the value of the whole property is. So should not be difficult, and I don't think it would take more than 45 seconds, but I'll give you a minute. I'll give you 1 minute and your time starts now. Harish Naidu says small problem, sir. So what is a small problem, Harish? Got it? And your time is up, and I see most of you have marked 16,250 as the answer, which is option 3, right? Mahesh Kumar, Saurav Ganguly, and yeah, Babita has got option 1, 16,500, whereas Abhishek has got option 3, 16,250. Shilpi Roy says there's some problem. Shilpi Roy says I've lost the video, there's some problem. I think Harish also was mentioning the same. And Toshit Kumar has also mentioned that the video is lost. Is that really so? Because I don't see any problem at my end. The stream is going absolutely fine. I would request others to quickly comment on this status. Are you all able to watch the live session? Because 2-3 of you have mentioned that the video is lost. I don't see any problem here, but quickly acknowledge that so that we can proceed. Is it going fine? Yeah. See, Saurav Ganguly and Sai Kiran have confirmed. Srinivas has also confirmed that it is fine. So all those who are facing a problem, please try and check your connection, the internet connection, right? It has to be stable and strong to get the live stream properly. Okay. Let's discuss this one now. Look at the question. It says a man divides his property such that his son's share to his wife's and his wife's share to his daughter's are both in the ratio 3:1. If the daughter gets rupees 10,000 less than the son, the value of the whole property is. All right. So basically here it is about ratios, right? A man divides his property such that son's share to wife's share and wife's share to daughter's share both are in the ratio 3:1. So S is to W. Son's share is to wife's share is 3:1, and wife is to daughter is also 3:1, right? Both are 3:1. Now the daughter gets 10,000 less than the son. So difference between son's share and daughter's share is rupees 10,000. So what is the value of the whole property, right? What's the value of the whole property? Now I think for us to find out the value of the whole property, we must first get a consolidated ratio. Here two independent ratios have been given, right? Son by wife and wife by daughter. So let us try and use these two equations to find out the ratio between son, wife and daughter. What can be done? See, if you are smart in calculations, you would know that the ratio is 9:3:1. See, what is common here in both the ratios? W is common. If you look at the values here in terms of ratio, it is 1 and 3. Now for you to be able to combine the two ratios, both the parts must be equal in number. Here we have got only one part for wife in the first ratio. In the second ratio, we have got 3 parts. So what we do is try to make both of these equal. So let's multiply the first ratio by 3 on both sides. So what do we get? 9:3. So now if you observe, son is to wife is 9:3, wife is to daughter is 3:1. Wife is to daughter is 3:1. We are not doing any change here. Now if you combine, son is to wife is to daughter. son is to wife is to daughter. 9 parts. Wife is 3 parts now in both the ratios. So directly we can say 3 parts and daughter is 1 part. So now it's a common ratio, 9 is to 3 is to 1. Now look at the question. Daughter gets 10,000 less than son. See, daughter has got 1 part, son has got 9 parts. So can I say the difference is 8 parts here? Yes, the difference is 8 parts, which is equal to 10,000 rupees as per the question. The difference is 10,000 rupees. Daughter gets 10,000 less than the son. The value of the whole property. What is the whole property? Sum of all these 3. How many parts total? 9 plus 3, 12 plus 1, 13 parts. So 13 parts is equal to what is the question? Cross multiply. We know that 8 corresponds to 10,000. 13 would correspond to what? Cross multiply and you'll get the answer. So the answer to this one will be 13 into 10 divided by 8, which is basically 13 into 10,000 this is, right? 13 into 5 by 4 or 13 into 1.25, right? So that comes out to be how much? 16,250, right? 16,250. 16.25k. So 16,250 rupees. Option 3 has to be the answer, right? 1,30,000 divided by 8. 1,30,000 divided by 8. Okay. You can in fact eliminate the options very easily. See, you know that the answer, whatever the answer be, has to be a multiple of 13. The answer has to be a multiple of 13. If you don't want to do the complete calculation, just go by elimination. 17,000 is not a multiple of 13. 16,000 is also not a multiple of 13. Is 16,500 a multiple of 13? No. Because in 16,500, if you break it as 13,000 plus 3,500, you know that 13,000 is a multiple of 13. But 3,500 is not a multiple of 13. So even this gets eliminated. Only option left out is 16,250. Okay. So either do the complete calculation or just go for elimination. Alright, so the answer here is option 3, 16,250. 16,250. Alright, look at the next one. Here comes the next question. Now this is interesting. It says P is equal to 99. Then what is the value of P into P squared plus 3P plus 3? Oh, I see Amit Kumar has also mentioned that he is unable to see the video. So guys, looks like many of you are facing some problem today, but nothing is wrong at our end, right? The stream is going absolutely fine. I would request you all to check your connection once and see to it that you are on a stable line. Try and optimize the video quality. There is a settings button on the bottom right of your video screen. Use that to change the picture resolution based on your internet connection so that you don't find the video buffering a lot, right? So try and work on this one. P is equal to 99. Then what's the value of P into P squared plus 3P plus 3? All right. So I think 9, 9, 9, 9 and 9, 9. So 9,99,999 seems to be the answer. I see most of you have marked that, but then there are a few who have got answer is option 1, right? I think Toshit Kumar, Dev Sarma, they have marked option 1 as the answer, which is 10 lakhs. Right? In fact, it is 1 crore, not even 10 lakhs. Good. So let's discuss this now. What does it say? If P is equal to 99, then find the value of P into P squared plus 3P plus 3. Now in one way, very easy. The value of P is given. You just have to substitute it here and get the answer. So what happens? P into P squared, 99 squared plus 3P. So 3 into 99 plus 3. But doing this would take a lot of time because 99, okay, 99 square is easy. 9801 you can say without putting pen on paper, right? 2 to 3 seconds. 3 into 99 is also very easy. 297. Then 297 plus 3 is 300. 300 plus 9,801 is equal to 10,101 into 99. So that way you can do it, but you would end up wasting some of your precious time there, right? There's a smarter way of solving it. If you observe, the given equation is P is equal to 99. Okay, let us add 1 on both the sides. Let's add 1 on both the sides. So P plus 1 is equal to 99 plus 1, which is 100. Let's cube it on both the sides. P plus 1 whole cube, 99 plus 1 whole cube. So what happens here? A plus B whole cube, A cube plus 3A square B plus 3AB square plus B cube equals to 100 cube. 100 cube. Now if you observe what happens, what do we get on the left hand side? P cube plus 3P squared plus 3P plus 1 equals to this 100 squared. So this is like, you know, 10 lakhs. Subtract 1 from that. What do we get? P plus 3P, P cube plus 3P square plus 3P. Now if you actually observe, multiply this expression here. P into P square is P cube, P into 3P is 3P squared, and this is 3P. So this portion has already been obtained here, right? PQ plus 3P square plus 3P. Only this one has to be subtracted. So your answer would be 10 lakhs minus 1, which is 9,99,999 given in option 3. All right. I don't know how many of you have actually substituted the value of P equals to 99 and did the complete calculation, and how many of you have done it in a smart way like this. Again, you can cut down a few steps, right? You don't have to write P equals to 99, P plus 1 whole cube equals to 99 plus 1 whole cube. You can directly start with this equation. PQ plus 3P square plus 3P plus 1 equals to 10 lakhs. So I think it would not take more than 10 seconds to do the complete solution here. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Here comes the next question. This is from profit and loss. See what it says. A shopkeeper sold an item at 10% loss after giving a discount equal to half the marked price. Then the cost price is. Now that's an interesting one, right? He's asking us to find out the cost price of the article which was sold at 10% loss after giving a discount which was equal to half the marked price of the article. And the cost price is to be found in terms of the marked price. See, the absolute value of cost price cannot be calculated. How much is the cost price in number cannot be determined because there is no data given there. But cost price in terms of marked price can definitely be found. So try it out. I think 40-45 seconds should be more than sufficient. Your time starts now. Correct? 5 by 9. Yeah. So I think Abhishek, Sai Kiran, Shilpi Roy, Rutu Martina, and who else? Yeah, I think all of you have got the same answer, right? 5 by 9. Saurav Ganguly, Srinivas, Jagabandhu Shika, Mahesh Kumar. Good. So let's take it up now. So a shopkeeper sold an item at 10% loss after giving a discount equal to half the marked price. Then the cost price of the item is. So let us assume the cost price of the item is C and the marked price is M, right? According to the question, the discount given was how much? Half the marked price. So discount is equal to M by 2. Now the discount is M by 2. What is the selling price? You know that selling price is marked price minus discount. So M minus M by 2. M minus M by 2. M minus M by 2 is M by 2. You can cut down this step, right? You directly can write selling price is half of the marked price. See, if the discount is half of marked price, selling price is the other half of the marked price. Okay. So cut it down, right? Don't make it lengthy unnecessarily. So we know that the selling price is half of the marked price. We also know that the article was sold at 10% loss. Now when there is a loss of 10%, what is the selling price? Selling price can be taken as 90% of cost price or 0.9 times the cost price. That's it. The first equation tells us that S equals to M by 2. Second equation tells us that S equals to 0.9C. Can we compare these two? Yes. Now when you compare, we get to know that M by 2 is equal to 0.9C. Or we can say C is equal to M by 1.8. 1.8 is nothing but 18 by 10. Upon simplification, we will get 5M by 9. Yes or no? 18 by 10. So this becomes 9 by 5. 5 was in the numerator. So 5 by 9 into M. So the cost price here is 5/9 of the mark price. Cost price is 5/9 of the mark price. Here's the next question. Another one on profit and loss. Quick. 40 seconds. It says if the cost of an item is 2/5 of its mark price and if it is sold at a discount of 10%, then there will be 25% profit or 40% profit or 50% profit or 125% profit. Got it? Option 4, 125. Okay, so let's take it up now. It says if the cost of an item is 2/5 of its marked price and if it is sold at a discount of 10%, then there will be how much profit? 25%, 40%, 50% or 125%. Again, based on cost price and mark price. So what do? Cost price of an item is 2/5 of its mark price. C is equal to 2 by 5 times the mark price. This has been sold at a discount of 10%. Then what will be the profit? Now, if you really look at it, the question is all about percentages. No absolute value has been given here and no absolute value is being seeked here. He's not asking us to find out what actually would be the cost price or what would be the selling price or what is going to be the profit. What is asked here is profit percentage. So since the question is only based on percentages, you can always start with an assumption that cost price is 100. Let us assume that the cost price is 100. You know, whatever answer you get according to this can be taken as a correct answer because percentage would not change, right? I mean, even if the cost price is, let's say, not 100 something else, overall profit percentage would remain the same if the same conditions are being followed. So if we assume cost price is 100, what will be the mark price? Mark price C. Mark price from here will be 5 by 2C, right? 5 by 2C or 5C by 2. 5C by 2, which comes out to be 5 into 100 by 2, 250 rupees. Mark price is 250. Discount is 10%. 10% of what? 10% of mark price. You know that discount is always calculated on the mark price. So 10% of mark price is 10% of 250, which is 25. So what will be the selling price? Mark price minus discount. So 250 minus 25 is 225. You're getting it? 250 minus 25, 225. Selling price is equal to 225. So now if you observe, when we assume the cost price to be 100, selling price comes out to be 225. How much is the profit? 125 rupees. 125 rupees on 100 rupees. The profit is 125 rupees for every 100 rupees. So 125 percentage. So we can conclude that the profit is 125 percentage. Please cut down the number of steps. All these are not needed, right? I am sure this can be actually done mentally if you are confident about your calculation ability, right? Next one. Now this is on averages, right? The question here is on average. Try this out. After replacing an old member by a new member, it was found that the average age of 5 members of a club is the same as it was 3 years ago. The difference between the ages of the replaced and the new member is. Alright, so 15 years is what I see as the answer marked by most of you. Let us take it up. So the question says, after replacing an old member by a new member, it was found that the average age of 5 members of a club is the same as it was 3 years ago. The difference between the ages of the replaced and the new member is. Now what do you observe here? It says after replacing an old member by a new member. So there has been some exchange, right? One person from the group has gone out and the other person has joined. It was found that the average age of 5 members, remember there were 5 members in this group, right? Or in the club. So it was found that the average members of these 5 members is the same as it was 3 years ago, right? Whatever was the average 3 years ago, today also the same is the average after this interchange or exchange of persons. So it's asking us to find out the difference between the ages of the replaced and the new members. Now understand, let's say this is the present group and this was what 3 years ago. Okay, it is very simple. You don't have to put pen and paper for this, right? Within no time, a smart person will mark option 4, 15 years as the answer. I'm just explaining you the reasoning behind that. Now the 5 persons are A, B, C, D and E. 3 years ago, what were the ages? Let's assume that their ages today, present ages are A, B, C, D, E. What were their ages 3 years ago? A minus 3, B minus 3, C minus 3, D minus 3 and E minus 3. So if you compare, how much is the difference between the age 3 years ago, the total age 3 years ago and the age today? What is the difference between these two groups? See, this is A plus B plus C plus D plus E minus 15. And this is A plus B plus C plus D plus E. You're getting it? See, look at it. He says, when you have replaced one of these members, it was found that the average age of the 5 members of the club is same as it was 3 years ago. Average was same, meaning the sum was same. We are not again going to divide this by 5 on both the sides. Makes no sense because average is same means what? When is the average same? The average is same only when the sum is same. Right? So basically we are saying that the sum A plus B plus C plus, in fact I should take A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash, E dash, right, the new ages, right? The sum is equal to the old sum, plus 15. This is 15 years more than that. This was, or no need, I can take A, B, C, D also, sorry. Explanation is only making it confusing, right? I'm sure it is very easy. You don't have to do any paperwork for this. So basically when you have exchanged a person, you found that the sum remains the same, right? Let us assume actually in the present group E has gone out and F has come. Right? So E goes out and F comes in. This is the exchange. So what is the sum? A plus B plus C plus D plus F. So the point is this sum is equal to this sum. These two are equal. That's what he says, right? That the average of the club today means what? With this new person A, B, C, D, F is same as it was 3 years ago. Earlier the sum was this. Now if we try and compare, in both the cases A, B, C, D are common, so they anyway get cancelled. The only difference is E minus 15 and F. E minus 15 is equal to F, right? E minus 15 is equal to F. So we can say that the difference of the ages of these two persons is 15 years. So your answer here will be option 4, 15 years. Are you able to follow? I think it is only, nothing to put pen on paper like I mentioned, right? You just have to observe how much change has happened in the last 3 years. See, we have discussed this concept in average, right? If each value increases by 3 years, the average also increases by 3 years. If each value decreases by x years, the average decreases by x years. If each value is multiplied by 2, average also gets multiplied by 2. So basically, whatever you perform on each of the observations, the same would get performed on the overall average as well. Here, since you are going 3 years back, for each person you are going 3 years back, right? Which means total reduction is how much? 3 into 5, 15 years. And that 15 years is the difference. You getting it? So it's very easy. 15 years, option 5 is the answer. And you don't have to do all this Nautanki in the exam, right? Don't write A, B, C, D, E, A, B, A minus 3, B minus 3 and all that. Only for the sake of explanation. So he says that the sum that was 5 years ago is equal to the sum of today with the new person. So in these 4 persons that are anyway common, they get cancelled. E minus 15 can be taken as equal to F. So the difference of these 2 persons' ages is 15 years. Next question. Now this again is based on average, I think. What it says, the average monthly expenditure of a family for the first 4 months is rupees 2,570. For the next 3 months is rupees 2,490. And for the last 5 months is 3,030. If the family saves rupees 5,320 during the whole year, the average monthly income of the family during the year is, right? The average monthly income of the family during the years. So simple question based on average monthly expenditure. All right. He says for the first 4 months, the average was 2570. So we can say the total of first 4 months is 4 into 2570. Then for the next 3 months, the average is 2490, right? First 4 months was 2570. Next 3 months is 2490. So we can say here the sum is 3 times 2490. Then for the last 5 months, the average was 3030. So this is 5 into 3030. And also the family saves rupees 5,320 during the whole year. So there is an additional amount which is 5,320. All this becomes the total income for the year. He's asking us to find out the average monthly income. So this is the income for how many months? 12 months. 4 months, 3 months and 5 months. Total 12 months. Average is divided by 12. Now do this calculation and you'll get the answer. Simplification is your lookout, right? Calculation is your lookout. You can either go for the complete calculation or maybe try and apply unit digit method, root digit method, etc. Of course, unit digit method would be risky here because 3 of the options are ending with same 0. Only one option ends in 5. So it can be risky to apply unit digit method, but I think you can go for root digit method, right? Root digit method can be applied. Okay, so just try that out and you'll get the answer. Of course, doing the full calculation also should not be difficult. You must be very quick in doing the overall calculation if there is a need. Like for example, 4 into 2,570. How much is that? 4 into 2,500, 10,000. 70 into 4, 280. So this is 10,280. 3 into 2,490. So 3 into 2,500 is 7,500. Minus 3 into 10, 30. So 7,470. You getting it? 2490 is not 2490. 2490 is 2,500 minus 10. So 3 times 2,500 is 7,500. Minus 10 times 3 is minus 30. 7,500 minus 30 is 7,470. And the last multiplication here is 5 times 3,030. So this is 15,150, which is 15,150. You getting it? 5 times 3,000, 15,000. 5 times 30 is 150. Plus 5,320. Now add all these and divide by 12. If at all you are not comfortable in applying unit digit method, root digit method, etc. Or if you don't want to apply, let's say you want to do complete calculation, you must be strong enough to do it without too much of paperwork. Now add everything. 10,000 plus 7,000, 17,000 plus 15,000, 32,000, 32,000 plus 5,000, 37,000. 200 and 400, 600. Then this is 700 and 1,000. So 38,000, right? We had got 37,000 and now 1,000, 38,000. I forgot actually. What did we get? 10,000, 7,000, 17. 17 plus 15, 32. 32 plus 5, 37. So 37,000. And then look at the hundreds. 600, 700 and 1,000. So 37 plus 1,000, 38,000. And now look at the tens. 80 plus 70, 150. 150 plus 50, 200. 200 plus 20, 220. So I think 38,220. Overall it is going to be 38,220 divided by 12. So I think 36,000 by 12 will be 3,000. 2,220. 2,220 by 12. 1,800 by 12 is 150. 420 by 12 would be 420 by 12 will be 35. So 150 plus 35, 185 plus 3,000. 3,185. You getting it? So even if you have to do the complete calculation, it should not be in any time consuming, right? Cut down the paper. Don't start doing all this. 2570 into 4. So 4 zeros are 40, 4 sevens 28, 4 5s 20 and 2 22, 4 2s 8 and 2 10. If you do this, then you are not fit for the exam. You getting it? Keep it simple. Next question. Here's the next one. Now this one, time and distance. Time and distance. Try it out. A car driver leaves Bangalore at 8:30 a.m. and expects to reach a place 300 kilometers from Bangalore at 12:30 p.m. At 10:30 a.m., he finds that he has covered only 40% of the distance. So by how much does he need to increase the speed of the car in order to keep up his schedule? I think one of the options is missing. Let me quickly modify that. So the options are 45 kilometers per hour, 40 kilometers per hour, 15 kilometers per hour, or 30 kilometers per hour. Amrindra says I've posted some questions in SSC discussion forum. Okay, Amrindra. Let me see if we can pull it up now. I thought there were no questions posted. Got the answer, 30 kilometers per hour, right? Option 4. Okay. So see what it says. A car driver leaves Bangalore at 8:30 a.m. and expects to reach a place 300 kilometers from Bangalore at 12:30 p.m. So basically his target is to cover this distance of 300 kilometers in how many hours? 4 hours. 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. 4 hours. However, at 10:30 a.m. he finds that he has covered only 40% of the distance. He has covered only 40% of the distance. What is 40% of 300? 120. So, mentally you must know that, okay, 120 kilometers has been covered. In how many hours? See, he started at 8:30 and this is about 10:30 a.m. So in 2 hours basically. So in 2 hours of time he has covered 120 kilometers. In 2 hours he has covered 120 kilometers. So what will be his speed here? His speed will be 60 kilometers per hour, right? So he has traveled at the speed of 60 kilometers per hour so far. Now, by how much does he need to increase his speed in order to keep up his schedule? What was the schedule? He wanted to reach at 12:30 p.m. which means he has got another 2 hours. From 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. is another 2 hours, right? So in these 2 hours he has to cover how much? See, out of 300, 120 has been covered. Out of 300, 120 is covered. What is remaining? 180 is remaining. So remaining 180 kilometers again has to be covered in 2 hours. So his speed has to be 90 kilometers per hour. His speed has to be 90 kilometers per hour. But then what is the question? The question is not about the speed. The question is about the increase in the speed. By how much does he need to increase the speed? So from 60 kilometers per hour, he goes to 90 kilometers per hour. So how much is the increment in the speed? 30 kilometers. 30 kilometers per hour. Option 4. Right? 30 kilometers per hour, option 4. Is that clear to all of you? He had traveled at 60 kilometers per hour in the first 2 hours. In the second 2 hours, he needs to travel at 90 kilometers per hour so that he can keep up his schedule, which is to reach the destination in 4 hours of time. Okay, next one here. Sorry, one more on time and distance. A man is working at a speed of, a man is not working, basically walking, it should be, right? Walking at the speed of 10 kilometers per hour. I'll change that, yeah. Or walking or doing something, right? What do you mean by walking? After every kilometer, he takes rest for 5 minutes. So how much time will he take to cover a distance of 5 kilometers? Again, 30 seconds and your time starts now. Got it? 50. Okay. So let's take it up now. It says a man is walking at a speed of 10 kilometers per hour. After every kilometer, he takes rest for 5 minutes, right? After every kilometer, he takes rest for 5 minutes. How much time will he take to cover a distance of 5 kilometers? How much time will it take to cover a distance of 5 kilometers? See, if you forget about this rest part, the point that talks about 5 minutes of rest after every kilometers, what will be the answer? Simple answer will be 30 minutes, because he can cover 10 kilometers per hour, right? His speed is 10 kilometers per hour, which means 10 kilometers in 1 hour. But here he has to cover only 5 kilometers. So if the distance is half, time required will also be half. So we can say 30 minutes. But including the rest, it will be more than 30 minutes, right? Of course, no option get eliminated here. So we now have to understand how much rest does he takes. Understand, he started at this point, he covers 1 kilometer. Takes rest for how many minutes? 5 minutes. Again covers another kilometer. Take rest for 5 more minutes. Covers 1 more kilometer. Take rest for 5 more minutes. And then 1 more kilometer. The 4th kilometer basically, 5 minutes. And now the 5th kilometer, and he has covered 15 kilometers. Understand, don't include the rest that comes after this. If you say he has taken a rest for 5 minutes, this is wrong, because the question says how much time will it take to cover a distance of 5 kilometers. So at this point, when he reaches this point, he has covered a distance of 5 kilometers, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has covered total 5 kilometers. Total 5 kilometers has been covered. After 5th kilometers, he takes a rest of 5 minutes. But do we have to include that in this question? No. Do we have to include that in our calculation? No. Because the question was not, after how much time did he reach the 6th kilometer starting? Suppose if this says, at what time did he reach, not reach, but at what time did he started for 6th kilometer? Then you should include 5 minutes. After how much time did he start his 6th kilometer? Then you have to include 5 minutes because he started for 6 kilometer only after the 5 minutes of rest. But at what time did he reach 5 kilometers? You need not include this. So 5, 5, 5 and 5, only 20 minutes of rest. 20 minutes of rest. So basically 30 minutes to cover half of the distance. This 5 kilometers can be covered in 30 minutes. Right? 10 kilometers per hour, 10 kilometers in 60 minutes. So 5 kilometers in 30 minutes. Plus 20 minutes of rest. Add these two. 50 minutes, right? So total he'll take 30 plus 20, 50 minutes to reach the destination, right? To cover this distance of 5 kilometers. Next one. Now this is on mensuration, or geometry basically. It says A is the center of a circle whose radius is 8 and B is the center of a circle whose diameter is 8. Okay, I'll just go back to the previous one. Looks like Toshit has not followed it. He says, please repeat. Toshit, I assume you're talking about this one, right? If you can quickly confirm, I would explain the solution once again. Toshit, is this the same question that you're talking about? Yes. Okay, he has confirmed that. So let me explain this to you. See, the question here says a man is walking at a speed of 10 kilometers per hour. Right? The speed is 10 kilometers per hour. So he can cover 10 kilometers in 1 hour. Right? 1 hour. But after every 1 kilometer, he takes rest for 5 minutes. Right? He'll take a rest of 5 minutes after every 1 kilometer. Now, how much time will he take to cover a distance of 5 kilometers? How much time will it take to cover a distance of 5 kilometers? See, time taken to cover this distance of 5 kilometers will have two parts. Time taken to walk plus the time taken to rest. Let us calculate these two separately. Time taken to walk plus time taken to rest. Here, I'll take the time taken to walk. How much time is he taking to walk? Right? See, if he can cover 10 kilometers in 1 hour, this is his speed. 10 kilometers per hour is his walking speed. So he can cover 10 kilometers in 1 hour. So how much time would it take to cover 5 kilometers? Half an hour. Yes or no? How much will this be? Half of 1 hour, right? Half of 1 hour is half an hour, which is equal to 30 minutes. So basically, time taken to cover the distance part of it is 30 minutes. Yes or no? 30 minutes to cover the distance. How much time will he rest for? See, you can say that after every kilometer he takes rest for 5 minutes. So for 5 kilometers, he'll take 5 into 5, 25 minutes of rest. But the point, like I explained earlier, is that he started here, right? He covers 1 kilometer distance and then takes a break of 5 minutes. Then covers the 2nd kilometer, takes a break of 5 minutes. Then covers the 3rd kilometer, takes a break of another 5 minutes. Then covers the 4th kilometer, takes a break of 5 minutes. And then covers the 5th kilometer. Understand, at this point he has reached his target of 5 kilometers. Yes or no? He has covered the distance of 5 kilometers total. 5, 1, 1, 1, 1 and 1, right? 5 ones is 5 kilometers. He has covered 5 kilometers. And for how many minutes did he take rest? 5 minutes plus 5 minutes plus 5 minutes plus 5 minutes. How much is the total here? 20 minutes only. See, we need not include the other 5 minutes here. If you say 5 minutes rest after 5th kilometer, you are wrong because this 5 minutes is the rest time. But the question says, how much time does he take to cover a distance of 5 kilometers? He has covered a distance of 5 kilometers at this point. This is the rest that he's taking to start his next journey. Okay. So 20 minutes of rest. This is the time taken to rest, right? Substitute that here. So 30 minutes here and 20 minutes here. 30 plus 20, 50 minutes, right? Don't do all this drama in the exam. You won't be awarded extra marks for doing it so neatly, right? Whether you do it with paper, without paper, 1 second, 10 seconds, 100 seconds, you will only get 1 mark. So keep it simple, cut down the number of steps, avoid paperwork, and save your precious time there. 50 minutes, right? Option 2 would be the answer. Okay, presenting the next one again. This was on circles, right? Geometry related question. Give it a shot. 40 seconds. Amrendra has mentioned that directly 11 into 5 minus 5 will give the answer. Yes, if you are smart enough to understand that, you do it. I mean, that's what we are doing. That's what I told you, right? Cut down the number of steps. And cutting down number of steps means that you can take it as 11 to 5 minus 5, right? 11 minutes per kilometer. 6 minutes to walk 1 kilometer and 5 minutes rest. Minus the last 5 minutes. So 11 into 5 minus 5. 36 pi. Do you get that? Option 1. Yeah, Abhishek, Mahesh Kumar, Babita, all of them have got 36 pi. Okay, I'm sure this was a sitter 36 pi is the answer. So let's discuss this. See what it says. A is the center of a circle whose radius is 8 and B is the center of a circle whose diameter is 8. Centimeters, meters, whatever be the units, right? So A is center of a circle whose radius is 8, B is the center of a circle whose diameter is 8. Now if these two circles touch externally, right, the two circles touch externally, then the area of the circle with diameter AB is, what will be the area of the circle with diameter AB? So let's work on this. See, let's say this is the circle where A is the center, the radius is 8, and then there is another circle which touches this one, okay, and here the diameter is 8. Understand, if the diameter is 8 means what? The radius is equal to 4. Here the radius is 4. So for this circle the radius is 4. The radius is 4 and the center is B here. You getting it? Center is B. Now, like he's given the two circles touch each other externally. Now we have to find out the area of the circle with diameter AB. AB is the diameter. So can you draw a circle with AB as the diameter? Yes. What will be the length of AB, by the way? AB here is equal to 12. AB is the diameter, which is equal to 8 plus 4, 12. 8 plus 4, 12. If the diameter is 12, what will be the radius of this circle? Radius will be 6. So what is the area? Pi r square. Pi r square. Okay, the two r's that I've taken are different, but I hope you understand, right? Pi r square. So pi into 6 square. Substitute this r here. So 6 square, 36. 36 pi is the answer. Okay, and this again need not be done on paper. I'm sure this can be avoided. You know that 8 and 4. I mean, the only thing is you have to be careful about is that one case we have got radius, in the other circle the diameter is given. So be very careful about it, right? If you take 8 and 8, 16, and then half of 16 is 8. So 64 pi if you mark, then you will go wrong. You getting it? Radius is 8, here the radius is 4. Total length of the diameter will be 12. Half is 6. And then 6 square pi, 36 pi. Next question. This is from simple and compound interest. A man borrows money at 3% per annum interest payable yearly and lends it immediately at 5% interest compounded payable half yearly, and thereby gains 330 at the end of the year. The sum borrowed is dash. Got it? 16,500. Jagabandhu Shika is the first one to respond. 16,500. Waiting for others. It looks like this has become a little time consuming, right? Only one response so far. Done. 16,500 is what Harish Naidu has got, but Jay Shankar says it should be 16,000. I think there is some difference in opinion here. Yeah. Mahesh Kumar has also got 16,500, but Saurav Ganguly said 16,000. So I think half of you have marked 16,000 the answer, the other half have marked 16,500. So let's clear the confusion now. Let me quickly take it up. See what it says. A man borrows money at 3% per annum interest, right? He borrows money at 3% per annum interest payable yearly, right? This is payable yearly, and lends it immediately at 5% interest, which is compounded and, you know, compounded half yearly basically, right? Payable half yearly. It lends it immediately at 5% interest payable half yearly. So basically the compounding will happen half yearly. This is a compounding case. The previous one was a simple interest case, right? He simply said 3% per annum interest. And like we have discussed in our simple and compound interest video, if nothing is specified, you can take it as, you should always take it as simple interest case. So a man borrows money at 3% per annum interest means what? 3% per annum simple interest. Lends it at 5% interest, which is payable half yearly, and this is a compounding case, compounded interest. And thereby he gains 330 at the end of the year. He makes a profit of rupees 330 at the end of 1 year. So the sum borrowed is dash. How much is the sum borrowed? You getting it? So it is like this basically. He's the man, right? Let's say he's the man. He has borrowed something at 3% per annum. He gives it out at 5% half yearly compounding, right? Half yearly compounding. This is simple interest. So he gets something at 3% simple interest, gives it at 5% half yearly compounding, right? So basically, at the end of the year, what will be his percentage margin? He has earned 330 rupees, but in terms of percentage, what is the gain? See, what he will have to pay at the end of the year, to this person is 3%. Yes or no? He has borrowed something at 3%, right? So at the end of the year, he'll pay 3%. what he will get from this person who has accepted money at 5% half yearly compounding is how much? How much will he get? See, you have to use the concept of effective percentage. Now it's all about doing this. If you can find out how much is the effective interest that he would gain here in terms of percentage, you are done. So we'll be using the concept of effective percentage that we have discussed in the topic of simple and compound interest here, right? See, 5% per annum is the rate of interest. And if it is half yearly, we'll take it as 2.5%. 2.5% per half year, right? Similarly, total time period is 1 year. So how many half years? 2 half years. You getting it? So the rate is 2.5% per period, per interval, per 6 months. And there are 2 such intervals, 2 intervals of 6 months. So what is the overall interest that he would get? So it's like this, 2.5% and 2.5%. What is the overall? A plus B plus AB by 100. A is 2.5, B is 2.5. So A plus B plus AB by 100. 2.5 into 2.5 by 100. Do this calculation. So 2.5 and 2.5 is 5. This would be, 2.5 goes how many times? 40 times, and this goes 16 times. So 5 plus 1 by 16. 5 plus 1 by 16, or we can say 5 1 by 16. 5 1 by 16 percentage, right? So we can now conclude that he will pay 3% interest at the end of the year, but what he has earned is 5 1 by 16 percentage. It can be further simplified actually. 5 1 by 16, let us take it as how much? 81 by 16 percentage. So he will be earning 81 by 16 percentage income. His expense is 3%. So what is the profit? What is the profit? 81 by 16 minus 3. Remember, both the percentages are on the same principal amount. He has borrowed some money, right? And he has lent the same money. So the principal is same. So I can directly take the difference of these two. 81 by 16 percentage minus 3% is the profit. Simplify further. 3, 8, 16 is 48. 81 minus 48 would be 33. 33 by 16. 33 by 16 percentage is equivalent to 330 rupees. He gained 330 rupees. So I can say this percentage income that he has made is equivalent to 330. What is he asking us to find out? The sum borrowed. We have discussed, very clearly in the video, simple and compound interest video, that sum borrowed or the principal amount is always 100%. This is equal to what? That's it. This is the cross multiplication. 33 by 16 percentage is 330. 100% is equal to what? So this goes 10 times 160 into 100, 16,000. So answer here would be 16,000. Right? So all those who have got 16,500, please check. Answer is not 16,500. Answer is 16,000. And let me also tell you that this is not as lengthy as it appears to be. Yeah, you can cut down a lot of steps. Whatever I've done here is all explanation, right? You have to understand this mentally. 3%, 5% half yearly compound. This again you don't have to write 5%, so half year 2.5%, 2 periods and all that. This calculation has to be done. This calculation you must do 5 1 by 16%, and that's it. After that, take the difference and cross multiply to get the answer. So overall, although it looks to be like complex and some of you may feel that it took a lot of time to arrive at the answer, please note that I was explaining it and I was not solving it. I was explaining it to you, so it has taken so much of time. Overall, I think in about a minute you should be able to arrive at the answer. Maximum 1 minute, not more than that. Right? You must be very sharp in your effective percentage calculation. You must know what to do in half yearly compounding, etc. Effective percentage is the key here. Right? Please learn this technique if you haven't learned it already. Okay, Vishwas has got a query. Vishwas says 5% is for annum or for half year? Asking because after 5 half yearly is written. No, Vishwas, in my view, if you see after 5 half yearly is not written. After 5 it is written interest, then it is written compounded, then there is payable, and then it is half yearly. He's paying 5% interest, and by default, unless explicitly specified, 5% would mean 5% per annum. Of course, here you can say that 5%, 3% per annum is given, but even if it is not given, 3% would mean 3% per annum. You getting it? So this is not half year's interest. This is full year's interest. 5% for the year. Payable half yearly. 5% is payable half yearly. So 5% for full year. For half year it becomes 2.5%. All right. Trust this is clear. Let us go to the next one. I think we have 10 more minutes for the session. So let's try and solve maybe 2 more questions at least. Here's the next one on mensuration, right? It says the height of a cone is 30 centimeter. A small cone is cut off at the top by a plane parallel to the base. If its volume is 1/27th of the volume of the given cone, then at what height above the base, not the base actually, above the base, sorry about these spell errors, is the section made? So try this out. I'm sure you have understood the question. There are 2 spelling mistakes which I would rectify. 1 minute, quick. Okay. Let's take it up now. I think most of you have got 20 centimeters as the answer here. Let us solve this. So the question says the height of a cone is 30 centimeters. A small cone is cut off at the top by a plane parallel to the base. If its volume is 1/27th of the volume of the given cone, then at what height above the base is the section made? Right. So basically there's a cone of height 30 centimeters. So let's assume this is the cone. Okay, let's take the front view, right? This is the cone. Height is 30 centimeters, right? This total height is 30 centimeters, right? Then a small cone is cut off at the top. At the top, we cut off a small cone by a plane. A plane is nothing but like a, I mean, you understand a plane, right? Let's say a square plane. You just cut off the top portion using a plane which is parallel to the base. This is the plane. This dotted line is the plane which is parallel to the base, right? Now, if its volume is 1/27th of the volume of the given cone. So, if you observe, there are 2 cones that are formed here. Let's say A, B, C is the one cone, and then A, D is the third cone, the second cone. You getting it? A, B, C is one cone, and A, D is the second cone. So, this second cone's volume is 1/27th of the total volume. Then, at what height above the base is the section made? So, this section, basically this plane that we have used was at what height, right? What height above the base? So from the base, what is the height is the question. Let us assume that this height here is small h, this is capital H, this is small r, and this is capital R. You getting it? The radius of the smaller cone is small r, height is small h, and that of the larger cone, I mean the remaining part here is, I mean the full cone is h and capital R. You getting it? H is the full height. H is the full height, by the way. Okay. Now, according to the question, the volume of ADE is equal to 1/27 times the volume of ABC. Now, what is the volume of a cone? 1/3 pi r square h. So, ADE pi r square and small h equals to 1/27 the volume of the larger cone. So, 1/3 pi capital R square h. So, see, 1/3 pi and 1/3 pi gets cancelled. What are we left with? R square small h by capital R square h equals to 1/27. Now, other interesting point here is, if you observe the 2 triangles ADE, triangle ADE and the triangle ABC, these 2 are similar. Yes or no? Because the plane that we have used was parallel to the base. It is parallel to the base. So, I can say ADE is similar to ABC, which means what? The ratio of their heights will be equal to the ratio of their bases, basically. So, I can say h by capital H equals to r by capital R. You are getting it? This is very, very important observation, because the 2 triangles are similar, right? So, the ratio of their heights, h by capital H, this height by total height, should be equal to this base by total base. Basically 2r by 2r, but 2 and 2 gets cancelled. Now, use this in the above equation. Use this equation that we have got, the ratio that we have got, proportionality that we have got in the above equation. So, what happens? Substitute r by r equals to h by h. So, what do we get? R by r. See, this is like r by r whole square. So, I can say h by capital H whole square into h by capital H equals to 1/27. And the total height is given as 30 centimeters. Capital H is 30 centimeters. So, overall, what do we get? H cube equals to capital H cube by 27, which is like 30 cube, right? So, 30 into 30 divided by 27. Simplify. How much will this be? Like 10 by 9, 10 by 3, and 10. So, h cube equals to 10 cube, implies h is equal to 10. I mean, you cut down the number of steps. There's too many steps here, you can cut it short. So, this small height is 10. Understand, this is 10. We know that the total height is 30. Total is 30. So, obviously, the base will be 20 now. What's the difference? 20. 30 minus 10. So this is going to be 20. And that's what we had asked, right? At what height above the base? From the base, at what height did we make the section? So 20 centimeter would be the answer. The same question could be asked the other way also. From the top, from the vertex, at what height or what depth did we make the cut? So it will be 10 centimeters. In that case, the answer will be 10 centimeters. Clear? Right? Chalo, let's quickly take one last question and then close the session here. I think these are easier ones. You can try it out. This also is based on wages, how you divide wages among persons, right? Different persons. So you can solve these questions yourself. Yeah, I think let's take this one. This looks interesting. So the last question of the session today, and this is from time and distance. What does it say? Two workers A and B working together completed a job in 5 days. If A worked twice as efficiently as he actually did and B worked 1/3 as efficiently as he actually did, the work would have been completed in 3 days. So to complete the job alone, A would require, this A is actually capital A. Let me just, yeah. So A would require how many days to do the job alone? So the other two questions that I had shown you are similar to what we have discussed in the videos. This is something different. So let's take it up. Not many of you have responded. I think only Saurav Ganguly, Amrindra and Ramesh have got option 2 as the answer, 6 1/4. So what did you do? You've got the answer as 6 1/4, option 2, all of you. So what exactly did you do to get the answer? Okay, Jayashankar says there are 2 equations, solve it and you'll get the answer. Well, that's exactly the point. I just wanted to see if you have done the right thing or not. It is actually about 2 equations, right? Frame the 2 equations, work on those 2 equations, you'll get the values. Okay, so let's discuss this. See, 2 workers A and B working together completed a job in 5 days. If I think there's one more simple change that I'd like to do. Yeah, so look at the question. 2 workers A and B working together completed a job in 5 days. If A worked twice as efficiently as he actually did and B worked 1/3 as efficiently as he actually did, the work would have been completed in 3 days. To complete the job alone, A would require how many days is the question, right? To complete the job alone, A would require how many days? Now let's go by the unitary method. See, when 2 persons are working, let's assume A takes A days and B takes B days. I mean, you don't have to write this, but just for the sake of clarity. Now, if you look at it, when 2 persons together can do a job in 5 days, our equation would be 1/A plus 1/B equals to 1/5. Remember, this is capacity. Capacity of A plus capacity of B is equals to total capacity 1/5, right? In 1 day, they can do 1/5 of the job. Now, he says in the next point that A worked twice as efficiently as he actually did. His actual efficiency is 1/A, but he has worked twice of his efficiency, right? So, can we say he has done 2 into 1/A times the job that he could otherwise do? Plus, B worked 1/3 as efficiently. B worked 1/3 as efficiently as he actually did. Actual efficiency of B is 1/B, but now B has worked 1/3 of his at 1/3 of his efficiency. So overall, the amount of work done by B in 1 day would be 1/3B or 1/3 into 1/B. Then they could finish the work in 3 days. So then the work done would be 3 days. So I can say total capacity in 1 day or the amount of work done in 1 day is 1/3. So what is the equation here? 2/A plus 1/3B equals to 1/3. So equation number 1, equation number 2. 2 equations and 2 variables. Solve and you will get the answer. Right? Solve for the 2 variables and you'll get the answer. You getting it? I think easier would be to take 1/A as 1/5 minus 1/B. 1/A can be taken as 1/5 minus 1/B. You don't have to write this again. Just understand that mentally. Substitute here in this equation. You getting it? Let us put A equals to 1/5 minus 1/B. So what happens? What do we get now? 2 times of 1/5 minus 1/B plus 1/3B equals to 1/3. Solve for B. Now there's only one equation, solve for B. So basically I can say 1/3B minus 2/B equals to 1/3 minus 2/5. Solve now. So 3B is the LCM, we'll get 1 minus 6 minus 5, and here 15 is LCM, we'll get 5 minus 5 times, right? And this is 3 times. 5 minus 6 minus 1. So negative sign gets cancelled. This goes 5 times. B is equal to 25. B is equals to 25. Substitute. There are a number of equations, right? Substitute B equals to 25 here or wherever you want. You'll get the value of A. So basically 1 by a plus 1 by 25 equals to 1 by 5. See, from this equation you can understand that, you know, I mean, if you understand the capacities, 1 by 25 plus what will give you 1 by 5? 4 by 25. Because 4 by 25 plus 1 by 25 is 5 by 25. 5 by 25 is 1 by 5. That is the smarter way of doing the calculation, right? Don't say 1 by 5 minus 1 by 25 and all that. We already have 1 by 25. If I have another 4 by 25, 1 by 25 plus 4 by 25 will be 5 by 25, which will give us 1 by 5. So we can conclude that A's capacity is 4 by 25. So number of days required is 25 by 4. 25 by 4, option 2. Okay. And with this, I think we come to the end of this session. I wish I could do a few more questions, but I have a hard stop and I'll have to close it here. But never mind, I'm sure all of you are fully geared up for the examination. You have already cleared your Tier 1 exam, like I had mentioned earlier. So you know all these concepts. It's just that you need to keep practicing till you go to that D-Day, right, of the examination. So overall, in my view, it's going to be easy in terms of time management, right? Of course, this is the first time that the exam has gone online. Tier 2, SSC CGL Tier 2, both the papers will be online. So you have to be a little prepared for that, right? But then how is it different? I mean, online in my view is much better than paper-based test, because there you have to take too much of care. You have to be very careful when you're darkening the circles, right? If you go wrong somewhere, you cannot edit it. Here it's like just a click. So darkening one circle there would take about 1 to 2 seconds, right? I mean, we don't realize, but it takes at least 1 second, if not more. Here it's much lesser than that. It's just a click. Okay. Of course, both the formats have their own pros and cons, but overall, nothing much to be worried about, right? It's online for all of us, right? It will go online for all of us. So I would only suggest you all to be careful, to be calm and composed, because the only thing that can spoil your performance is not whatever you have prepared, because you have, I'm sure, prepared well, you have done well in the past, and you have cleared Tier 1 exam. So that shows that you're thorough with the concepts. What can actually hamper the performance now is that state of mind, right? If you're panicked, if you're nervous, it becomes difficult, right? A little bit of nervousness is natural, but don't let it cross that threshold and get to a stage of anxiety or panic. Okay, so keep yourself cool, calm, be happy, relax, enjoy doing some other things before you go for the exam, right? I mean, cut down your preparation at least 1 day before the examination, right? Don't prepare, don't practice, just relax, so that you let this part of your body give it some me time, basically, right? It should have its time to relax, right? And then with a fresh mind, go and take the exam. I'm sure you would do well. Okay, so all the very best from my end for your SSC CGL Tier 2 examination. I think we are done with this session, right? Or maybe you'll have one more session on Friday, which will be on English language part 3. So Sylvia will take it up, and I'm sure you'll learn a lot through that session as well. So do join us with all your friends for that session, and keep practicing and take very good care of yourselves. All the very best once again, and I'm sure we will meet once you've cleared the Tier 2 examination and have some casual interaction. All right, so do well. Bye.